Hi everybody and welcome back to Vanessa's podcast. So today I'm going to discuss the greatest thing and the greatest question we ask ourselves about life. Like, why are we here on earth, and what is life about, and how should we be living our life, and what should really matter on this earth. I'm just gonna share my opinion. Everybody has their own definitions, and on this show, on my podcast, I like to just lay out my thoughts, because I really live life to the fullest. As a young person, I love to explore places, I love to talk to people, meet people. My whole goal, my whole pursuing, a journey in life was for the purpose of exploring it all. And in Europe, we have that same mentality where we just want to see it all. We want to go to all those different islands and territories and see the whole world. And so that was my dream when I was a little girl, like maybe 8 to 10. I mean, I always had this in my mind. It was like, one day I get to see the whole world, and just, and that was it. That's what life was about for me. It's always been that way. And so when I grew up and I started to get into writing and painting and drawing and just developing my creativity, but I didn't even know how. It was just the way it is. Just like somebody's more into mathematics or more into science, more into sports. Me, I was more into creativity, basically, not especially the art itself, just more creating, kind of like I had a candle collection and a perfume collection, and like to get all type of different shapes, and just lay them out in a specific way so it looks really pretty. I had tons of decoration in my bedroom, like the way I lay out my posters. The way you sound the letters can be creative, and so I always get along with other creator like me, who just like took the time to like create a little album or just make something cute, kind of like what you see now on Pinterest, and then just even in a cooking way. I love the art, the creating beautification when making beautiful roses and beautiful just simple beautiful creation. And that's why I think cook are just artists, because it's just the things that they can do, it's so amazing. And these things are so beautiful, and you're like, oh my god, I cannot touch this, I cannot eat this, I better just put it in a little jar and save it for 100 years. So anyway, I like to talk a lot, and that's why a podcast is a wonderful thing for me, because I used to have a huge crowd around me, tons of friends, and be on the phone all the time. So when I don't have that, not as much as I'm used to, then I gotta talk, and so I'm using this outlet as a way of being able to not being interrupted, first of all, but being able to express my truly deeper inner thoughts, and hoping that I can light up somebody, clarify somebody's mind on their pursuit to happiness, their pursuit to life, their question about life, and how things they're struggling with should not be the biggest worry in their life right now. I mean, everybody get into a tunnel, full load of deception at one time or another, amid crisis life, a time when we lose it, and time when we lose our mind, and it's very frightening. And I went through it all. I mean, I would say I'm 26, 27. I'm going through my first mid-crisis type of, where I actually thought I've seen it all. I went through a lot of crap, a lot of bad relationships. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, that's it. I must be in my mid-crisis. You know, once I'm done with this, I'm going to be great. I'm going to be better because, you know, I didn't wait until to be in my mid-30 to go through it, go through the, you know, life existential question between, you know, young adulthood and going through that transition and say, hey, I've done it, now I'm ready to live my life, you know, I'm more aware, I'm less naive, you know, and I'm going to make better choice, and, you know, they just go on, you know. And once you found out about your true values and morals, and detach yourself from your past, detach yourself from what you know from your family traditions and all this stuff, will reattach you to one specific spot, and find your own voice, find your own self, and say, I'm good, I'm ready to go now. So this is where I am right now. This is how I felt. I felt like I went through all these different stages in life, and my latest one was the most terrifying, the most scary one to go through. Addiction, and you can get off when you always got off before. I think as we get older, we have way less resistance than we had in the past. So I got caught in that, and not thinking it would ever happen to me, because it didn't. I mean, it didn't before. I never had trouble, slowing down on my drinking, and then after being around too much negativity in my life and too much past life trauma, my mind after got tricked into only seeing the negative too much, and being able to be triggered too easily because of this trauma weren't here, and because of the poison I was injecting in my veins. So a lot of time, some of those people who get caught in that, in the addiction later in life, before they healed all their trauma, they think life is over for them. They think that's it. They because they know, they're aware, they're not functioning the way they used to think. They realize, where's my boundary? I think I lost all my boundaries. Like, how come I'm not able to function in society and being heard and being respected and being able to say what I want to say, do the things that I want to do, being integrated in society, being loved, being admired, and most of all, being able to concentrate on the things who makes you and the best version of yourself. And those are the only thing you should be worried about. So I think that anybody who is in that situation right now should focus on the fact that it's not eternal. Then it will be eternal if they want it to be eternal, but it's not. It's not infinite. You can put a stop to it. Even if your brain is caught up in that negativity world, and you're having trouble balancing, keeping balance between your mind and your body, and everything is going down the drain, and you feel like no one is there for you, the stronger you keep on those beliefs, the worse it's going to get. So you have to know and not allow your brain to go so much in the negative. The first thing you want to do is try to do anything in your power to push yourself toward the positive. So and once you finally force yourself to get into things that you enjoy, and you like, even if you don't feel joy at the moment, you don't feel excitement, you don't feel like, oh, I'm too depressed, I don't feel like, getting into that, I can't even laugh, I can't breathe. I understand all this, I went through all this, I know what it feels like. You can't wake up in the morning without feeling like you're having a panic attack, you're taking a shower, you're stressed out like hell, sounds make you anxious, knock on the door scares you to death. I mean, you constantly paranoid, you think people talk about you. when people do set you up, it gets you so angry. You want to talk back. You're like, oh my God. When people stare at you, you think it's obviously then everybody's after you, and they just want to pick on you, and so all this big bubble of negativity will just stick with you until you get off of it. So the first thing you want to do is force yourself. You have to, because you are your own best friend, so you have to force yourself to get in the positive. Once you do that, keep attaching yourself to things that you enjoy doing. So slowly by slowly, you might just start laying off the addiction. Third of all, then you want to work on the addiction, because you know there's a better and brighter life in the other side of the wall waiting for you to have the best life than you want to design. So you can finally say, hey, this is the life that I want. This is what life is about. Life is about being able to create the life that you want, design the life that you want, and live to the fullest of your capacity, not to the fullest of going completely wild and then go to all these dangerous places because you have to explore everything every 5 seconds. That's how I used to be in the past, and it got me a lot of trouble to not being aware of danger around me. But live to the fullest, to accomplish and do the things who really center you, really bring the most inner peace in you, the most joy in you, and you feel love. You feel like you want to give more love. You feel like you want to help other people. You want to make people feel better. You want to concentrate on loving yourself, on loving others, and surround yourself with people with the exact same value. People who are uplifting, outgoing, ambitious, and they have great goals, and their only goal is to either make your life better, their life better, and just live fully and then be satisfied, because you only have at one time, at one life, and you have to make the best of it. It is your choice. I mean, the world can be a cruel place, but yeah, you can choose to see all the cruelty and all the atrocious things happening every day by watching the news, reading the newspaper, reading at some of your acquaintance posts, and then traumatize yourself even more, being stuck in the hate and all the abuse in the world. Or you can just skip that, choose the direction of your path, and say, I'm gonna recreate everything. I'm gonna make everything pleasant, everything sweet, everything beautiful, just like creating your own rainbow, basically. And so that's what I did, and that's what I encourage everybody else to do, is to be able to create that life that you desire so much. Anyway, if you are interested in my healing coach program, it's on my website, vcreativeart16.org. And I also have a new writer offer looking to write their first book, to get help with all the marketing and the building of a story, also to learn to do your own podcast and acting tips and all this. There's another program for that too. I'm also giving so many books right now. You can just ask me. I will send you ebooks. You can have up to 4 each. So and also follow us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/vcreativeart16. And on the last Thursday of each month, I'm going to have a Zoom meeting on the page. And I will share all the progress in that new book campaign that I have coming up. And I encourage all of you to join my writer group, A New Day, A New Story. It's a beautiful group of writers, and I will share all my progress. And I love to have any authors who want to share their books and be part of this wonderful place. So we're going to finish this with Kiesa, one of my favorites. She really gets me going. When I started my YouTube dance video in 2015, when I was very down and depressed, basically my own dance therapy to revive myself, to find myself again, I really got into her type of dancing and music, and just love it. All right, everybody, have a great day. Goodbye. I'm holding it back, just one shot, I'll give you more.